Jill Smith, and I am currently a special education teacher at Sharon Elementary. And I'm very grateful to be afforded the opportunity to speak to you briefly tonight as a special education teacher. I completely agree with everything that Ms. Tickner just said, and I'm going to not repeat it all, but continue with my own. When people hear special education, they often think about paperwork and reports. And while those things are definitely a part of what we do, it is not the heart of what we do. I appreciate the time to share with you what special education looks like for me in my school and in my building. Much of the instruction that I give doesn't occur within the walls of my classroom. While there are times that I or one of my paraprofessionals do have a student or a group of students in my room giving individualized instruction, a great deal of what we do occurs in other places. I teach alongside general education teachers in their classrooms. I instruct students in the hallway. I instruct them in the cafeteria. I instruct them in the gym. I instruct them in the parking lot. Special education is wherever I am. We instruct them wherever we go. The paperwork and the reports are never going to show you the hungry students that I have fed. They're not going to show you the students I've cried with because they're grieving. You'll never likely get the opportunity to see how excited I and the rest of my educators become when we see a student that we've worked so hard with finally get something. Reports are not going to show you that I have had children ask me if I will please take them home and be their mother because they don't have one. I'm sure that you have no way of knowing how many of my duties as a teacher are completed outside of the classroom. You wouldn't have any idea of knowing how many of my hours that I could be doing things with my family I spend doing teaching activities. There aren't enough hours in the school day, and those that I do spend planning often don't get spent as planning, because if a child comes to my door and they need help, or I get a phone call from a teacher who needs assistance, I drop what I'm doing, and that's what I do. Students always come first. Family communication is also extremely important. Team meetings involving families are an integral part of special education, and I always make it a priority to try to schedule those. I'll wrap it up. To try to schedule those around what a family can do. I have come in early. I've stayed late. I've come during my own personal medical leave to hold meetings. I have phoned in from my son's hospital bed to hold a meeting. I phoned in from chemotherapy with my mother-in-law to have a meeting. As Ms. Tickner mentioned, we are a team. I couldn't do this without my team. And I have worked in other schools besides Sharon. All of them, phenomenal. All the teachers and educators I've worked with, all the paraprofessionals, phenomenal. That's why my children go here. That's why I teach here. I love teaching. I love my fellow educators. I love my students. I love their families. And I love this area. And what I have shared with you tonight could have been spoken by any other special education teacher in this division. I know they could say the same thing. Thank you for your time.